Welcome back to Living Local. According to feedingamerica.org, about 10% of people in Illinois and Iowa face food insecurity. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of people going hungry is on the rise. Despite these challenging times, one local nonprofit is working to provide free, nutritious meals to those who need it most in our community. Joining us in studio is Juanita M. Sullivan, Executive Director of Café on Vine. Juanita, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Let's talk about Café on Vine, kind of a unique place and a very important place right now. Tell us, first of all, what it is and how it all got started.
Well, Café on Vine is a free meal site for those who are hungry. Mm-hmm. Most of our participants or guests are either homeless, experiencing homelessness, or are from the neighborhood that, and many of the neighborhood individuals are food insecure. Mm-hmm. So that's really our service population for the most part. We're about a half block from Humility Homes and Services shelter, so their guests are our guests. But we're small, private, not-for-profit, in west part of Davenport, mm-hmm. and serving those who are hungry. And
you've been doing this for not too, a few years now.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. We became Café on Vine in November of '07, mm-hmm. and actually it was a meal site prior to that, but the previous agency went through some financial woes.
Okay.
And some local leaders, led by Father Marvin Mottet, came together and reopened the meal site. And then in 2008, we purchased the facilities, and we've been doing that now. It'll be 13 years in November as Café on Vine.
Now, obviously the big thing that's changed a lot is the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things, especially operations like yours, how have you guys been affected by it?
Well, the dining room, we closed the facilities in mid-March, mm-hmm. When so many others were asked to do some different things in servicing their populations. So in mid-March, we went to closing the dining facilities, and we went to a to-go meal service. And we serve 365 days a year. So one of the things that prior to COVID, we would use all washable plates, cups, silverware, trays, and we'd wash everything, try to be as friendly to the environment as possible. This process, the to-go meal process, has been quite costly because we're buying plastic bags, all paper products. The core of the mission is still being met, right? To feed those in need who are hungry. But we really don't, we kind of dislike using all those paper products, right? But we're still making it, so each day.
Not really the most ideal way to do it. It's obviously more wasteful, and it takes more money, most importantly.
That's and you know, Zane, we lose the socialization part, right? We always promote a welcome environment. Our volunteers get to know the guests on an informal basis. So that's the piece that we miss the most is bringing them in the dining room and having a chance for them to take a break from the element. But mm-hmm. we're still making it happen at this point.
Yeah, getting people inside to kind of sit down and eat is kind of a nice thing. And so you've had to do that ever since March now. You've continued the to-go.
Correct, correct. And a couple of unique things that occurred. Humility Homes and Services, as I mentioned, is about half a block from our place. They placed their participants, because of social distancing, in 2 area hotels. So what occurred at the cafe is that we started supplying to-go meals for the participants at the hotels, mm-hmm. and then still had our service window. And it really it upped our daily numbers drastically, really, in perspective to that. And I think there was a need for the local neighborhood because people were unemployed, and those types of things were happening.
So you're serving more of the people from Humility and just more people in general too?
Yes. Prior to COVID, we'd probably average about 175 a day between breakfast and lunch. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we serve 365, Monday through Friday, 2 meals, breakfast, lunch, and then 1 meal each day of the weekend. And then since COVID has occurred, our numbers are probably up about 75 a day. So we're anywhere from about 240 to 280 a day. And we've only been able to do it through community support and the assistance from everyone wanting to help out.
That's the last thing I want to ask here,
Yeah.
Juanita, is obviously you're trying to do the same work you were doing before in a little bit more costly fashion, and you've got more people you need to handle.
Right.
Is there any way people can help out?
Yeah. You know, first, Zane, would say thank you for the support thus far. Monetary and in-kind donations have really helped out. The grant support has helped this process out. But like so many others, and all of us are wondering how long this is really going to last. And the numbers aren't on the downward trend yet. So we just ask the community to continue to support our mission and anything that's ideal for to-go meals, like protein bars, oranges, bananas, fruit cups, any of those types of items would really help out. So we appreciate it.
All right, absolutely. Juanita M. Sullivan, Executive Director of Café on Vine. Important work you're doing. Thank you so much, Juanita.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
All right, if you'd like more information, or if you're just looking for Café on Vine, the address is on your screen, 932 West 6th Street in Davenport. We're also going to have those details posted on our website, too, ourclydecities.com.